Hey everybody, how's it going? This is a video upon request for marks and icons for Chaos Space Marines. They're pretty simple once you get to, I guess, hear about them or read about them. They're not organized in the best fashion, the Chaos Space Marine Codex, so it's a little confusing in just finding them and referencing them. But once you get that down, they're actually not that bad. Marks and icons are two different things. And the confusion, I think, in them lies a bit in certain icons in relation to marks. And in order to try and dispel any confusion, I'm going to explain it now, pretty much. And I'm going to go over marks, and then I'm going to go over icons. Firstly, marks. Marks are things can be given to certain units, usually HQs, and some units have them already. The Cult Marines, I call them, the Plague Marines, Khorne Berserkers, Noise Marines, and Thousand Suns Marines, they come with marks already on their profile. And what a mark is basically a way of giving your unit something special. It's specific, it already is planned out. There's 4 different marks, one for each Chaos God, and the marks give you a bonus for being devoted to that god. Basically, that mark is showing that that unit, whatever it may be, HQ, whatever, is devoted to a particular god. And it's pretty much specializing with that god only, if you want to think of it that way. So they've gone down the path of Nurgle, down the path of Slaanesh, Tzeentch, or Khorne, whatever it is. They get benefits, or I should say a benefit, really, for that. And that's all the mark does. You purchase the mark, it gives you whatever the mark says it gives you. Now, I believe the marks are in like the very first page of the special rules. Let's see here. We go to page 25. Underneath Forces of Chaos, you got the marks of Chaos right here. And then you have the rules for icons on in the first War Gear page of 81. So that's a mark. A mark just gives you whatever the mark says it gives you. If you took a mark of Tzeentch, Nurgle, whatever, you get whatever it says in that mark. That's it. Another thing you can do for sorcerers, I believe like the mark of Tzeentch gives you the ability to cast another power, I think. Honestly, I don't remember there because I haven't utilized this codex in a while, but if you're going to take a Chaos Sorcerer or a Demon Prince, read up the Psychic Powers a bit. It's the Psychic Power section, and it'll tell you what the mark of Tzeentch does. Also, the mark determines what Demon Weapon and Chaos Steed type of thing you get. If you don't take a mark, you can still take a Demon Weapon for your Chaos Lore, but it's a generic Demon Weapon. It doesn't give you any rules for the specific Chaos God marks, which isn't bad. It's a nice Demon Weapon, I feel. But if you take a particular mark, you get that god's Demon Weapon. So Nurgle, you get the Demon Weapon of Nurgle. Tzeentch, Demon Weapon of Tzeentch, so on and so forth. And same thing with the, I believe the Juggernaut of Khorne, the Disc of Tzeentch, and all that. You need to have that mark. So that's a mark. It pretty much lets you take certain god-specific things and gives you a god-specific bonus, if you will. Because it doesn't reference it. I never choose the right words. It is showing that unit's dedication to that god. So I think I ramble on about that enough. Now, icons. Icons are a little bit more complex. Icons come in 2 forms. Icons of Chaos Glory / icons of a specific god, and a personal icon. Now, a personal icon is just as it sounds. It's an icon. It's not really like something that gives a bonus. It's a personal icon, which means demons can utilize it. Lesser demons can utilize it to materialize on the battlefield within 6 inches of that unit. Basically, an icon is like a teleport homer in a way. What pretty much is. So that's what a personal icon is. Now, an icon of Chaos Glory / an icon of a particular Chaos God also has that function of that teleport Homer factor. But on top of that, it gives you an added bonus, which it says in the particular icon. The icon of Chaos Glory is what pretty much is given to any unit where you don't dedicate them to a particular god. Usually, it used to be called Chaos Undivided, but icon of Chaos Glory gives you a bonus to the unit. It's worth taking, and it represents the fact that they're not dedicated specifically to a particular Chaos God. The other icons in Khorne, Slaanesh, Tzeentch, or Nurgle, they show that that unit is dedicated to a particular god. It's not necessarily a cult unit from a particular legion, or it's not that full-on dedicated, but it still is, you could say, down that path. It's starting down that path is a way of thinking about it, if that helps you think about it. The icons are basically a way of getting the bonus without being, that dedicated or that much attached to a god that it gives you something. I'm not explaining it fluff-wise 100% correct, but as far as rules go, that icon is what's bestowing the special ability of the god, not anything else. And that's an important distinction between a mark and an icon. Marks are usually every unit in that squad, let's say, of Khorne Berserkers has the mark of Khorne. So if somebody dies, you don't lose it. With a personal icon and any other icon, if the model because it's for a particular model, if the model that counts as having that icon dies, you lose that ability. So with a personal icon, you lose the teleport Homer aspect. And with the icons of Chaos Glory, Nurgle, Tzeentch, Khorne, or Slaanesh, if they die, you lose the icon's effect. And that's something to keep in mind. Lose the icon, lose the bonus it gives you. Whereas with marks, really the mark is for the HQ, or the unit already has a mark for everybody in the unit, so you don't have to worry about it. But with icons, you can lose it if the guy dies. And really, that's the only difference between marks and icons. You want to think about it that way. The only real difference for them is icons you can lose if the unit dies, and icons have an additional function on top of just bestowing a special, I don't want to say ability, because it's not really ability, but bestowing anything special onto the unit. With a mark, really just bestows something special, and that's it. So I hope that was kind of not confusing. Hopefully I got the point across. Real quick summary, again, marks just give you something. Icons give you something if they're not a personal icon, on top of the effects of the personal icon. So a personal icon just teleports, homers it, pretty much, so lesser demons can de-strike in without scattering. And they have to, through an icon. But anyway, and on top of doing that, icons of Chaos Glory and a particular god bestow an effect on the unit as well. Marks are just the effect. Icons of Chaos Glory and of a particular god give you an effect plus the teleport Homer aspect of the personal icon. So if you take a personal icon on an HQ, for example, it just gives you the teleport Homer effect. Hopefully that was helpful to some people out there and it wasn't confusing. If you are a little confused about it and you don't own the codex, the only thing I could say is get the codex. Especially if you're going to be playing Chaos Space Marines, because it is in there. And if you just go back to when I said it, I don't remember when I said it, but the page numbers, I believe I said it in this video, the page numbers for the rules for the marks and rules for the Chaos icons, you'll be set. So that's pretty much it. And until next time, take it easy.